Sometimes you gotta ask yourself, what are you doing with your life? Looking at computer screens, watching videos about cats and animals and things and games of walking thrones and pressing your thumbs against buttons to slightly hinder another person's happy feelings? What happened to the spirit of being alive? What happened to sports? What happened to having a fun time with your family? Laughing with your friends and feeling insecure about your abilities in comparison to the athletic kids? So I decided it's time to make a change. I'm gonna play some sports! Yeah! Gonna make you proud, Dad. So it turns out you need friends to play sports, so fuck it, let's just watch a movie about sports instead. What? There's a movie about sports in the future with Wesley Snipes? Well, I mean, I guess I'm gonna watch it then. 2025. I could have sworn that the cover image supplied on IMDb said a different year. You know, this one, which states 2005. Only 7 years ahead of when this movie was made. This movie is about the future. You can't just have an important detail like that on the cover and then halfway through be like, you know what? Fuck it. No one will care. Let's just change it. You know, fuck that. Fuck you, FUTURESPORT. So while this panning goes on, a newsreader tells us that America and Hawaii are negotiating war. Exposition via newscast. My favorite kind of a movie. Meanwhile, the citizens of New Orleans are preparing for the FUTURESPORT National Championship and wait, go back a second. Can we just go back a couple of frames? There, right there! Can we just pay attention to this guy for a sec? I'm sorry, I wasn't aware that they were gonna just strap a camera to a guy's face and then be all like, this is the future! So now we're watching a truck.
In response to the terrorist threat, FUTURESPORT superstar Trey Ramsey called the HLO, quote, a bunch of surfer punks trying to hog the best waves for themselves, unquote.
So is that who we ask about national terrorism? Alright, sorry, excuse me while I call up LeBron James. Yo, LeBron! Is she really smart? James! I'm sorry, I just thought that we were watching FUTURESPORT. You know, a movie about sport! So this bad guy just does a little indication that he's a bad guy, and the camera slowly zooms on into this octopus. Just for future reference, that octopus is about as relevant to the movie as this goat head is as to this review. There is no reason. So right after this guy unnecessarily shifts his tongue around way too much, we transition into sex! Okay! So this shot literally drags on for 40 seconds. You know, to let us be happy for these people, to share the moment, to really feel for these characters that we haven't even been introduced to yet! So while this guy gets stressed, we find out that he's the whole FUTURESPORT superstar guy. They briefly mention this girl, Alex, who is this guy's ex, but he makes it clear that they're over and this girl is totes for him. Luckily for us, we get to see this gem of a guy again, as Wesley Snipes' character is interviewed. Essentially, he's the guy that created the sport. I'm not sure about you, but I just love this random intense close-up of the cameraman during this regularly paced interview that doesn't require heart-pounding intensity. Just let me fix that. There we go. Now we get to understand that this guy is totes famous, and before you know it, more guns! So these guys are claiming that our hero, Tremaine, has committed crimes against Hawaii and request he step up for execution. So how is this problem resolved? FUTURESPORT, of course!
Could you do it differently?
So they easily take them out on account of some sort of rule these guys must have of only one guy reacting to something at a time.
You know, we're almost 13 minutes into the movie and I can't help but notice something's missing.
Oh, that's right. The opening credits were dropped 13 minutes into the movie!
Look, I mean, we're already in the swing of things. You can't just... Hello and welcome back to the show. In case you missed it, last episode we were talking about Tremaine Ramsey, world famous superstar, kind of a cocky dickhole. However, luckily you're just in time for the game. Let's watch.
So essentially you ride hoverboards around a field and throw a ball into a ring. You get extra points for slam jamming it, and also...
And under game rules has 5 seconds to pass the ball before it becomes electrified.
I'm just glad that torture is just part of the game. In all honesty, that would be cool. If this rule ever took effect during the movie!
The ball starts to spark. Keep open but still away.
Oh, hey, that's nice. They didn't forget about the whole electrocution thing. Okay, and literally a shot later you go back to breaking that rule.
This movie switches between this rule existing and not existing until eventually they lose game over. Anyway, now I'd like to introduce you to my favourite character in this film.
I'd like to dedicate this victory to the people of the Pan-Pacific Commonwealth and everyone at home in Australia. You Yanks, stop sticking your beaks where they don't belong and everything will be peachy.
Australian, oh, let us rejoice, for we are young and free, with golden sword and wealth for toil. Oh, it's goodbye, sea.
Our lands abound in nature's gifts of beauty rich, and I can't believe this is what they did to us in Australia! Coming back to his girlfriend, it is announced that their tote's going to get married. So Tremaine comes back and announces that they broke up. Personally, all I remember her saying was,
Lorelei has left the building.
I don't claim to be a relationship expert, but I think that just means she's going home.
well, at least this movie has something going on for it. I mean, so far it wins the Unnecessary Insertion of Text Award. Like, Jesus Christ, this shit comes out of nowhere.
Let's just hope they didn't forget to mention this on the rating. Or they did. Let's hope Mommy doesn't catch you watching.
Oh, by the way, this.
Just gonna let that sink in.
One thing they're good at in this movie is never explaining why the fuck Hawaiians are after Tremaine. Literally all we get is...
Tremaine Ramsey, you've been found guilty of crimes against the Hawaiian people.
I mean, you know, just as a luxury, it'd be nice to explain what he did.
For some reason, the bad guys kind of just leave him there instead of, you know, killing him. And he survives by hiding behind the very thing that's exploding.
Although, despite the fact that they were in the same explosion, Tremaine's in this recovery process thing, well, Alex is just kind of alright.
Also, while we're at it, can I just say, what is it with this movie and eye accessories? For the next few minutes, nothing of interest happens. War continues, Tremaine asks Fix if he can help get some protection for Alex, and we get a nice close-up shot of sushi preparation. So Tremaine organizes a press conference, and I'll just cut to the silly part.
So on behalf of my gang, the North American Alliance,
I challenge the comp to a game of FUTURESPORT. Our team against yours. The winner gets respect, bragging rights, and the Hawaiian Islands to boot.
You know, I'm not even going to talk about how fucking stupid that was. Pretty sure you can figure that out. I'm just impressed that if you're a famous enough sports person, you have the authority to literally gamble away nations.
By the way, Fix is working for the Hawaiians, which we find out for some reason are the fucking Commonwealth. No, I'm not kidding.
dedication to the Commonwealth.
So for some reason they're also playing against Australia and Singapore and Japan and Russia? So fuck it, I feel weird saying that. Wesley Snipes gives a little warning to Tremaine.
You remember what them did to Carlos before the game?
The audience, we don't have any idea about this backstory that you keep fucking having. I'm still wondering what Tremaine did to Hawaii.
So these two sects, creepy tattoo face Hawaiian guy threatens Tremaine to not play the game, and they find out their coach is dead with this creepy spider thing.
Whoa, back the fuck up. I didn't edit that. That was literally how the movie is edited. It just cuts as if it's going to be a commercial break. Like, this isn't Saturday Night TV. This is Future Sport on the DVD. Future Sport. It's fucking funny, isn't it? Last game was 39 minutes ago.